If you have ever had a hard time enjoying something that you should be enjoying, I want you to know you're not alone. In some ways, I think it's somewhat normal in our culture, but I'm primarily talking about enjoying God and what He does in our lives. Now, there may be a clinical reason that you don't enjoy anything in life, and you should deal with that properly with professional help. Don't be embarrassed. Get the help you need. But from a spiritual standpoint, I want to ask you if you ever let yourself take joy in God's provision, presence, and power in your life. Because rest assured, God is doing more than any of us recognize or acknowledge. Thousands of things. But what about when it's obvious that God has come through for us? That He helped us, provided for us, poured out His presence on us, displayed His power through or to us? Do we enjoy it with thankfulness? Or do we look suspiciously for what's bad around the corner? The reason I ask this is because I know my own tendency. I'm sure we've all heard the axiom, every cloud has a silver lining. As a side note, I would say that apart from Christ, that's definitely not true. But back to my first point, my axiom would probably sound more like every silver lining has a cloud or a storm or a hurricane. What I mean is this. When it comes to God, we all too often don't enjoy what He is doing for us or did for us because we're waiting for the next bad thing to come along. Well, that was awesome, God, but I wonder what's coming next. I wonder what's going to happen now. Well, this won't last. But as believers, we should not and cannot live like this. Instead, what if we were to just say, "Thank you, God, that was awesome," and leave it at that? I want you and I to believe that God is a good Father and that it is not abnormal for Him to do good things for His children. There is no cosmic karma either that says for every good thing you receive from God, you have to get 10 bad things. That is fear and doubt speaking, not trust and faith in a faithful God. Hebrews 11:6 says, "And without faith, it's impossible to please Him. For whoever would draw near to God must believe that He exists and that He rewards those who seek Him." If we're drawing near to God, crying out to Him, praying to Him, rightly related to Him and His church, it should not come as a shock to us that He proves Himself faithful and even rewards us with His presence. We don't have to look for the bad thing that's coming next. Enjoy and let the joy of the Lord be your strength. In this life, our greatest need is for more of God, and this is something He gladly gives us. Which one of you, if his son asks him for bread, will give him a stone? Or if he asks for a fish, will give him a serpent? If you then, who are evil, know how to give good gifts to your children, how much more will your Father who is in heaven give good things to those who ask Him? Matthew 7. God is a good Father. When we experience His provision, presence, and power, we should take joy in it. One of those ways we can enjoy and trust God more is to ask this question: what is the deepest source of our joy? What God gives to you or what God is to you? When we come to the realization that our ultimate need is for more of His Word, more of His ways, more of God Himself, then I think we will begin to enjoy His answers to our prayers even more. Let me encourage you to make God the deepest source of your joy. When our greatest joy is what God is to us, we will find the ability to enjoy more of what God gives to us. Stop expecting the worst and keep trusting in God's best for your life.